So, good morning slash afternoon to everyone. The finale is here. Last stint of the race, of the 24-hour race, last stint of the WEC series this year, last stint overall this year. This is it. We're starting at 11 o'clock sharp if everything works out. We have 3 hours of racing to go. Hope you enjoyed the streams before. Thanks for Comfy for streaming the stint before. Yep, last 3 hours of the seasons. Alpha Blitz, congrats for stint 5, by the way. I'm a bit angry with myself because I thought, could have won that myself, or at least be in contention for that, but I rather meet Barry R. Anyway, yeah, I think you or WSR with all 4 cars can be pleased with the performance so far, and yeah, let's hope we will have good last stint. Lugi is joining. He had to disconnect and couldn't drive much, so hopefully this time everything works out. 3 spins. Ouch. Yeah, I lost, I think, almost 2 positions at the start because of the tires. And at the bus stop chicane, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about the straw poll link Flipsy posted. Thanks again. You can vote for delivery of the day. If you don't already have, I think maybe now it's the perfect timing for that, because we still have a quarter hour to go before the racing starts. So click on the link. I think, yeah, it's also pinned, so you can easily find it. It takes about a minute or 2, that's all. I think it's a fun event, fun thing. And yeah, then we have a little bit of time off before we can start. The grid is not finalized, I think. Let's check Discord for a second. Race info. No, it is finalized. So we have Halex in front in P1, WSR Team 1 with Vulcan in second position, 2 minutes behind. So for Vulcan and WSR to win the event, they have to win by more than 2 minutes 4 seconds. That's more than 1 lap. That's quite the task. Octavian for DLL in third position, around 3 laps behind P1. Then we have quite the gap. WSR Team 3, Dennis is in 4th position. RC with Masma in P5. BNR in P6. We have SGT in P7. So then we have the GTs. RTO is leading ahead of BSR Team 4, RRC Team 2, GRR in overall P11. Then Nuschels RRC Team 3. Penultimate team is WSR 2. And last is GTE C. So it was a bit cryptic, I guess, but you can look into the Discord. Race info that's posted. They get the overall standings after 21 hours. And 3 hours to go. to go. I hope you made yourself comfy, not comfy, comfy, and have something nice to drink, maybe a snack. To enjoy the last 3 hours here. So a bit more than 5 minutes to go. I think everyone is in the lobby and the grid is set. That looks correct to me. So soon we can start. Right on time. I'm not sure if that's a first, but being in time for all stints in a 24-hour race, I'm not sure if we have done that. Let's hope that everything works out as well, no disconnects. I'm not sure, but I feel like there was a disconnect for every stint. And I think we saw a message from the lobby will start in 6 minutes, so that is 11 o'clock. a reminder, you can still vote for the livery of the day. More than 3 minutes to go until it starts, so good timing, I guess. I think it's safe to say that the B&R Toyota livery with the chrome is very shiny. Obscure's riding Spider, not for last. Yeah, that's the spirit. Go get him. More than 2 minutes now. So let's have a look who's driving in this: Ento, Vulcan, Octavian, Milano, Masma, Luigi. Fingers crossed that there will be no further disconnects for him because he couldn't drive more than 4 laps. Last stint, Kyle, Neo, EA Gamer, Confi is driving, Brent, Nuschel, Gamble Toast, and Electric Gamer. 2 minutes, you see it soon. Okay, get ready. It's 11 o'clock any second now, and we will start. Off score. I'm sorry, I'm streaming over the PlayStation, not over computer. I can't play the sound alerts. I'm sorry. Flipsy, if you're on PC, can you refund that, please? Okay. Refunded immediately. Perfect. Yep. Hi, Jar Jar. You have the pleasure or displeasure to hear me for 3 hours. Okay. Lean back and let's enjoy the last stint of the year. Ento is leading for Halex. 3 hours left in this year. Let's go. Let's enjoy this one. Ento, then Vulcan. These have been really aggressive into turn 1 and it looks similar this time around. I think there was slight contact, but Vulcan has sustained into P2. Ento in the lead. Octavian P3, a bit late on the brakes. Milano with a good run now from the International Horseshoe. And is looking for the inside, but Octavian has that covered. And Luigi is looking to take P4 of Milano. Really tight, the field of the hypercars. And apparently there was a bug, so we will have a restart. Yep, Lobios is also writing restart, and the drivers are leaving the track now. Okay. Only Masma driving with, I guess he will. That was a phenomenal race. Masma the champ. Yeah, the one and only, literally. So I do hope my game hasn't crashed. Hello, GT. In 7 done, let's go, GG all. Yeah, okay, it's not frozen. Yeah, it has to be said, it was a very clean stint. Hello? Do I have to exit the game? For real? Yeah, an unexpected error, you don't say. Let's clear it. No incidents at all. Okay, it should be sufficient. Still 7. Oh, this says is big in chat. GT so fast, couldn't even lap them. Yeah, one big applause for PD's lobby system. Ah, success. Okay, good news is we haven't missed anything. Someone on track? Yup, that's a bit more interesting than staying in the pit lane. Okay, right in time, 1 minute. I guess Sandersbeck waited for me. If so, thank you, that was very nice. If not, okay. Der Lump. Can't believe it. Grüezi. Luigi stranded himself. Okay, I hope you're ready for the last stint of the year, of this year again, and hopefully this time it will be the last time I will moderate this phrase. Okay, let's see how the start goes. Wukong was aggressive into turn 1. Now Ento is aware of what can happen, so let's see how he's going to fend that off. Let's go! Good getaway. Now turn 1. Again, Vulcan very aggressive, but Ento has that covered up for now. On the exit though, Vulcan gets the power down much better and leads. Ento slots in behind. No, there is a lot of contact as Ento tried to get into closing space. Vulcan leads, but Ento will have the inside line for the next horseshoe. Milano in P3, and there was a lot of contact. Milano, oh, Luigi, Octavian, I think there's no damage, but that was definitely chaotic. GTs, that looks a bit cleaner. Neo is leading ahead of EA Gamer. Confi in third position. Brent, Nuschel, and then we have Gamble Toast. And Electric Gamer in last position. For fuck's sake, oh no. Who has damage? Oh yeah, now I see it. Kyle has damage. That was really weird. Really aggressive driving into the first two proper corners. And then, yeah, I guess it was a bit of chaos. One car touched the other, and that caused more and more chaos. And I'm afraid Kyle will have to stop at the end of this lap. Yeah. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Already from turn 1. Okay. Maybe I haven't seen it, but was it on the zone then? I'd imagine. Okay, Vulcan is leading. This is really great news for WSR because they need to win this stint by more than one lap. Into second position, Octavian hold onto P3. Milano, oh, Pock was a bit wide there. Milano in fourth position, Masma, Luigi, and here we have the GTs, and EA Gamer is looking for that lead in the category. Confi is really close behind. And I guess Confi can make something work here. Really great exits, and the Ferrari is strong on acceleration. Overall standings, Discord, race info has the grid order and I think also the gaps. EA Gamer slots in behind, takes a bit of slipstream again, but the entry for bust up is not really an overtaking opportunity if you're not fully ahead. Oh, Gambletoes behind had to cut some grass there. Now through the last corner, Neo giving a lot of slipstream. EA Gamer now looking for the outside. Confi is still enjoying the slipstream. Oh, that's really tight. Watch out, guys. EA is still in second position. Outside, late braking, and no change of position here for the moment. Oh, Confi and EA Gamer touch, and Confi was in the wall. As a reason of that, made up some one position. EA lost 2, and Brent gained 1 position. Not sure if there was more contact or if that was a bit of lag involved. What are the hypercars doing? Vulcan leads by 1.5 seconds, so out of slipstream from Ento. Then we have Pock 2 seconds behind. That was a bit wide. Milano wide as well. They are all on the limit of the track here. And it's no time penalty for Octavian, but a time penalty for Milano. That will bring Masma maybe 1 position up. He's less than a second behind. And yep, that's 1 free position for Masma. P4 for the RC car. Milano now in P5, Luigi P6. And Neo will lose that 7th position to Kyle after the pit stop. Kyle is now back. And the GTs are close together. Brent is now in second position of class. Confi and EA Gamer still fighting. Confi goes to the outside, is not having the slipstream anymore. 3 wide almost. Now into turn 1, Brent should cover the inside line. Oh, that was a big touch by Confi. And in the background, another overtake. Nuschel got past Electric Gamer. Electric Gamer said it was his very first 3-hour stint, or such a long race stint. So hopefully everything works out fine for him in this stint. Vulcan flying 1:31.0 is the fastest lap of the race, and this lap is even quicker, 1:30.9, almost 2 seconds ahead of Ento. Octavian not as quick as those two. Milano quicker than Masma, got past him, so did Lugi. And then Kyle, unfortunately, half a minute behind. Neo got himself a nice gap of 2 seconds. And then we have a lot of fighting here, almost 3 wide. Filibuster. Lap 5 who will disconnect. Hopefully no one. Let's jump on board with EA Gamer. Mercedes against the Corvette. He has the overspeed, now he goes to the outside. You can see he's not really ahead. Brent has the line. Some side contact under braking. Pushes the Mercedes wide and onto the what's the name? Marvel? I don't know. Gravel things. Tire. You know what I mean. That's really unfortunate for EA Gamer. With that collision on marbles, that's the word. With that collision with the barrier, he has now damage. And most likely will have to pit. So, oh, these are in the 2 last positions here in the GT category. And that field spread out a little bit. Nuschel got away from Electric Gamer, and P12 and 13 are somewhat close. We will have a look at that later. Ento got a bit closer. And Milano with a personal best lap time, 31.6, chasing Octavian. Luigi got away from Masma, and Masma lost a bit of time to Kyle, who is putting in really good lap times, 31.3 and 4. Hopefully he can keep that up, gets through traffic nicely, and can rejoin the group of hypercars. And we got a spunner there. Was it Electric Gamer spun? I think he touched the tire barrier, but no damage to the car, thankfully. And EA Gamer, yeah, as expected, in the pit lane to repair the car. Now we have the hypercars approaching the GT cars. Let's see how they deal with them. Looks like it's going to be a nice spot for them. Because now it's just flat out, and to hit the GT cars as a hypercar doing the banking is perfect. It's basically a straight. now the bus stop, or as Confi correctly said, the Le Mans chicane. The difference in high-speed corners is incredibly great between the categories, so you do not want to hit traffic there. It worked out fine. Vulcan is getting past Nuschel and definitely the next car as well, at Brandt. The red car in front of that is Confi. That will be really tight into turn 1. Yep, and that doesn't work. So it's going to lose some time. Turn 2 and 3. Small contact. Could be also some lag. And Ento, I think he gained some time. A bit more fortunate through the traffic, but that can revert now. The kink, and now the second. Oh, that was really tight. Second horseshoe, Ento was already on the curbing. Now Neo, and that worked out fine, and now it's back in Vulcan's favor. Here we have Octavian, who's going to pass Nuschel, looking like he got to traffic. Nicely Milano. Let's stay with Milano, because maybe he gets interrupted by Brandt now. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh, he has to really slow down as Brandt didn't got the corner correctly, but Octavian had to slow down quite a lot as well. Bling bling car. Yeah, here we have it. If we look against the sun, it's really strong, yes. Brandt is losing time with the penalty, so maybe we see an overtake. Yep, Masma got by and Nuschel as well. Brandt is looking, despite that time penalty, and slowing down to retake that position into turn 1. So they all negotiated traffic well enough. Very first time is always the most difficult, as the group of cars are the closest together. Is 2.5 seconds behind. I think it was a bit less fortunate with traffic, but yeah, it's a 3-hour race, so one lap it's going to be in the favor of the car in front of you or behind you, and the next time it's going to be in your favor, I guess. That is going to even out. Traffic was definitely more kind to them rather than Octavian and Milano. They lost quite some time. I guess they're similar on pace. Luigi heads to rather slow lap times, and Masma's back within a second. Hazard Baldwin, hi. Yeah, hi to you as well. Hope you enjoy the race. Make yourself comfortable, get a snack, something nice to drink. It's the last stint of the season, the last stint of this 24-hour race, and I hope you have a good time here. Kyle is making up ground really fast. If you look at the lap times, I see a lot of low and medium 31s. So he's getting there. If he doesn't do a mistake, he was a bit wide here, but stayed on track. Those horseshoes are quite tricky. They're closing. They're getting tighter, so you're taking a rather wide line on entry and cutting back to get a good exit. But if you miss your braking point, you can easily come really close to the edge of the track. Confi's in P8 with Nuschel in P9. Here we have Brent, who lost that lead, and Neo, who was leading, is now in P12. Nothing new at the front of the field. Ento and Vulcan 2.5 seconds. Octavian and Milano around 3 seconds. Maybe a slight advantage on Octavian's side here. And Luce with a new personal best as well. Masma holding on strong as well. Let's see, and Kyle, he lost some time. I guess that's due to traffic. Obviously, because of the pit stop, he's a bit out of sync. And before we have the first pit stop, the field or the group of GT cars is rather close together. Confi is leading his group. But Nuschel is closing in. Confi now with a time penalty that maybe enables Nuschel to get closer. See, the Ferrari is slowing down. That would be a very daring move, and both drivers are racing for RRC, so I don't think we will see such aggressive moves here. But now Confi is giving Nuschel the slipstream. Neos in P12. If we look at the lap times, he had something in lap 8 which we missed, unfortunately. He has no damage, but he was leading. He was in P8, which is first in class. Unfortunately, we missed what happened to him. But lap times are looking good, so hopefully he can come back. Is closing in. Now the bus stop chicane, preparing a good exit. Oh, that wasn't a very good exit. That was off track. Yeah, and he knows he's going to get the penalty, bumping Confi in front. And there goes his chance. Maybe this opens up opportunities for Brent now. Getting closer. Let's see how this is going to develop in a couple of laps. EA Gamer, we head to pit, currently in last position. In front we have Vulcan now with 3 seconds ahead of Ento. and more than 10 seconds to Octavian, who has 2 seconds, so I think that's more or less a constant as well, 2 to 3 seconds the gap. Milano with a new personal best in the last lap, 31.45, so he's pushing, and we're going to see the first pit stops around the 40 to 45 minute marks of the hypercars. The GTs will be in around minute 30 of the race. A bit earlier. Guess we can go back to the GTs, as the hypercars are not battling really at the moment. They're a bit too far, a bit stretched out at the moment. Confi is still leading the field. Nuschel looks faster though, to be fair, so does Brent at the moment. And I do have to say, oh no, Nuschel got wide, missed his braking point and was on the grass, touched the barrier slightly. I wanted to comment that I really like the new livery of this Mercedes with the gold in front. And then the mistake happened, so Brent is through, Nuschel back into P10. And traffic is coming up. P1 is already through. We see Ento behind. Gammeltoast in 11th position. Neo 1.5 seconds drift. So it takes a little bit more work to get there. Vulcan is extending his lead. Maybe got a little bit luckier with traffic. I guess it's a constant picture that Vulcan seems to be ever so slightly quicker than Ento, which is great for WSR as they're going to look strong to win this stint here. Unfortunately, it's not enough at the moment to win the overall race, as they need around 2 minutes advantage. Octavian leads now by 4 seconds, as Milan had one slow lap with 33. One could be traffic related. Goes by Neo here. And Kyle only 21 seconds down the road. Keep it up. He's doing a good job. Already got 10 seconds back. Brand is second position in category. Confi is 2 seconds ahead. Nuschel 2 seconds behind. And strategy will soon come into play. We can see that Confi around 25 liters left, while Brand is more on 20 liters left. So Confi, we know that Confi can be good to his tires, can look after his fuel, and thus create different strategies and make those work. So he will be out a little bit longer on track. A lot of blue flags. That's Masma behind. He gets past. Now on the banking. Outside. And away he goes. Lushel got a little bit closer, 1.3 seconds right now. So it looks like after that one mistake he's back in the rhythm. That's one of the worst things. If you do a mistake and you're out of the rhythm, you feel unconcentrated, and one mistake happens after another, and I'm I definitely jinxed that right now. Telling Nushel is in the rhythm and he's doing a mistake. Immediately after that, commentator's curse strikes again. My jinxing powers are unmatched. Gummo Toast can't profit from that. He's close, he's not too far off all the time, but he's not really gaining. Unfortunately for Neo, he's not gaining as well. Still around that 1.5 to 2 seconds mark behind. Let's go through the field. We have leading Vulcan for WSR by 4 seconds. Looking strong for them. They are building on that gap. And it's increasing, not drastically, but maybe 1/10 or 2 every lap by now. Looking good for them to win the stint, but it's looking very good for Ento to win. Oh no! Ento, I jinxed. Spun turn 1 and has damage. This is brilliant news for WSN, that's horrible news for them. Halex now in P3 and with damage. Maybe an additional stop that will put him down maybe a minute, and that's half of what WSR needs. So I guess their hopes are up now that something is indeed possible here. Where we have Brent. Yeah, P9. He's doing a good job, yes. He would need to be maybe 1 or 2 tenths quicker to catch Confi. But yeah, if you look at the lap times, 45, 6, 7, and 6 again, another 5. He's been consistent over the last laps. And so far what I've seen, kept their nose clean, and it's a good start into the race. Keep it up, boys. Ento is losing the last podium position to Milano, probably. Yep, and Milano through on the outside. And there's some contact there with EA Gamer. Yeah, that can work, as the grip on the braking is on the outside line. And if you can box the car on the inside so that it cannot properly accelerate because it would understeer into you, you can keep decent momentum around the outside and accelerate better. And the damage of Ento made that possible as well. Looks like they want to sit that one out and continue for a little bit longer, as the scheduled pit stop is not too far away. So the lead from Vulcan is now 14 seconds to Octavian, and most importantly 20 seconds to Ento, but they need more than 2 minutes. But 20 seconds after half an hour is not a bad start for WSR, and Helix shouldn't get too worried. They have good pace. They must only keep it on the black stuff, minimize mistake and time loss, and they should be golden. But yeah, we all know that is way easier said than done. Ento still having a good pace, 33.6, with that battle with Milano in the last lap. So if he can stay close, enjoy some slipstream and get towed along the long flat out sections on this track, he probably can minimize the damages even further. Let's go through the GTs. Oh, Kyle only 14-15 seconds now. Great job from him. So Confi leading the GT field by 2.5 seconds. Brand in second position in category, but he will have to pit very soon. So does Nuschel. Interestingly, Gammeltoes closed the gap. Let's ride on board with the Lexus. International Horseshoe. First gear, now accelerate, use all of the track and the exit road there. Second Horseshoe. Bit more tighter line, but Nuschel seems to have better exit. Yeah, and Gammeltoes is struggling a lot, lost further ground, but apparently has good top speed. Nuschel, I think, has some slipstream from Brent in front, and some hypercars are approaching. We see Vulcan getting through the bus stop. Oh, Nuschel! He had to fight the car there a lot, but managed to caught it back and not lose any time by that. Vulcan lost time though. That's a half-second time penalty there. All pretty consistent, close to... Yeah. The hypercars, it's a bit of a mix, but the GTs are nicely and close together, and again, kudos to Confi here for the custom BOP. That's not the in-game Gran Turismo BOP, because that doesn't work as well as a random dude can do it for himself. Take some time, testing out, and boom, we have multiple car manufacturers really close together, and we've been streaming for, I don't know, 22 hours by now, and I guess the custom BOP was never mentioned before, so what I heard, and I think that's the best thing you can say about the BOP if you don't have to mention it at all, that it appears fair to all sides. Now Brand is in trouble. Nuschel is really close and has a run on him. Question is, how much risk are they willing to take, attacking or defending? They're going to pit very soon, if not this lap. I'll leave some space for Nuschel there. Nuschel slots in behind, takes a better line, and now exit out of the chicane. I think both are going to pit. Nuschel driving a bit offset. Where is he going to go? He stays in the middle of the track, so Nuschel might go for another. No, both are going for another. I thought. Oh, that was a bit close. Nuschel moving a bit outside, but Octavian was already approaching. Bit of switchback, trying to get a better run. And to turn 3 and 4. Now Nuschel has the inside line. He has to be late on the brakes, and he goes for the inside. Brand tries to hold the outside line, not successful. Nuschel is through. Can he defend it into the second horseshoe? Yes, he can. Oh, there's quite some lag. Was there? No contact, I guess. Fair driving, Nuschel and Brand side by side through turn 1, and then for turn 4 again. Great driving. Yeah, ideally, I agree. The BOP config created works well, and that will be the foundation on everything we will use for the next year. And then, yeah, obviously we have to see if it's necessary to change something. But usually, I don't think that will be major changes. Only slight changes. So I guess we see a lot of pit stops right now. Yeah, 3 guys are pitting. We have Nuschel in the pit lane, 2 liters. Brand with 0 liters, and we have Neo with 1 liter. All really close together. So, for example, if Neo is going to underfuel the car by 5 to 10 liters, he has to stop earlier, yes, but potentially he can jump 2 cars here. Same for Nuschel. If he takes too much fuel into the car, he could lose up to 2 positions here. Nuschel should be the first one to get back on track. Is it a game of chicken? Who chickens out the first? Vulcan in the pit lane as well. That's a bit early for a hypercar, but he knows what he's doing. Long pits for all 3. 93, and Nuschel is the first one. Then Brent, who used 100 liters, Neo as well. So Nuschel underfueled the car, 7 liters less. Maybe he thinks he can go the same distance as the others with 100 liters, or he did it on purpose not to lose time. We have Milano in the pit lane, but before that we check Vulcan, who was leading the race. Now the first hypercar for a scheduled pit stop. That brings Octavian into the lead, Ento in second position. Kyle jumps. Even that's a small surprise, as Kyle had damage and already pitted. So his pace is anything but bad. As he is now, after one pit stop for both of them, ahead of Vulcan. Obviously Kyle will have to do 1 pit stop more in total, but nevertheless, great job. So let's have a look. I didn't look after the exact number, but I guess that's 65. No, Octavian left. Octavian had a disconnect. He was leading the race after the pit stop, and that's a disconnect in lap 26 and 40 minutes. Well, yeah, that hurts. I think I speak for all DLL drivers. If it's true that we haven't been really lucky doing this race and disconnect, cherry on the top. Yeah, not sure where that will put us, but now P3 is under massive threat here. Good thing is he was leading, so there is no initial gap to calculate from, like Masma with 12 seconds, for example. But yeah, that will be, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. And that will probably cost us the podium. Yeah, unfortunately 13 drivers. Schroeder rides Octavian, says he drives and all the other guys stay still on track. Yeah, then yeah, it doesn't matter. That's a disconnect, and I don't think one can count that. What is this game here? Ento now in the pit lane. He's doing a really good job. We see even 32s there with the damage. Guess he will be really pleased that he can finally let that repair. I don't think we never had this case, so I'm not speaking facts here or auger decisions, only what I think should be done, and I don't think one can count that. Yes, he can maybe drive the full 3 hours, but can you really compare that if, for example, you have basically for 3 hours clean air, no cars you have to fight, no traffic to avoid, no other hypercars you can duel or have to duel, and GTs you have to lap and you will lose time lapping other GT cars. It wouldn't feel fair to give him a better time. And then for once, if you one of the other hypercar and you think, oh, okay, I'm in that position and I think I've done enough, and you're driving against another driver you can't even see, I don't think that would be fair. Yeah, Sampa's driving BNR lost the fighting chance for P5. Yeah, I feel that's similar for us for DLL with P3 now. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the state of the lobbies are what they are. And yeah, it's, I guess, a topic that is not going to change for the next year. There's nothing one can do to improve that, really. And as long as GT doesn't want to support online lobbies in a different way, I'm afraid that's what we have to deal with. Oh, and to with a really late dive there, Confi bit wide, loses control, but caught the car back again. That was a bit too aggressive in my opinion. But obviously Ento is fighting for the overall victory here for Halex, so he doesn't want to lose time. Okay, Flipsy, let's see what you have found, if the rulebook supports a different thing that I just said. Fastest lap times additional 5%. Over 2:20, right? You have to open the rulebook, but I think it's correct that you take the fastest lap time you have times 5% additional, so 105% over the time you miss. He was in lap 26, so that's 90 laps. And plus the gap to the leader. In this case, Octavian was the leader, so that time is 0. Yeah. It was lap 26 and pretty much exactly 40 minutes, so you can probably calculate it and write it into the document. Confi is in the pit lane. Again, very late, the latest of the GT cars. And I guess we move away because this is going to be a very long pit stop. As Confi is on a different strategy that involves one pit stop less. Nothing less than 100 liters will go into that car, I assume. Nuschel is in P9. Gameltoes again really close behind. Go WSR chat. Let's see what they can do. They're closing in. 3/10. But it's not enough to attack. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to overtake here. You have the very effective slipstream, but then the corners are mostly... Oh, there was quite some lag here. Hopefully we will not lose Nuschel as well. Late apex, so you have to drive a long time side by side into corners. If you're not already passed before the braking point. And that's one thing I do hope Helix consider risk versus reward. They have quite the advantage, so they don't need to have to take such risk. What would be the gap advantage for DLL? Now let's see. Definitely not the way one would hope to finish. Okay, lose 6 minutes but still in front. That sounds like a reasonable margin. Nuschel lagging to the outside. Gameltoes is past him barely and on the inside line. And he has that job done. Nuschel tries to hold it around the outside but is unsuccessful this time. Kyle in the pit lane. Second pit stop for him. The first one was in lap 1. Unfortunately damaged from the start. Now the first proper scheduled pit stop for him. And that surprises me a lot. With one additional pit stop, Kyle is in 3rd position. Luigi is in 4th position. Well, I think it's safe to assume that it would be before if Octavian would be there. Milano. Oh, we lost Milano out of contention because Milano was in the pit lane in lap 25 to 26. And again, lap 28. can see 2:07 in lap 26 and a 2:08 in lap 28. So Milano lost a lot of time there and is currently last in the hypercar category at the moment. Lasma, because of that, in 5th position, Luigi in P4. So I'm really happy for Kyle. Unfortunately for him, he got damage in turn 1 in lap 1, so his race was really compromised from the start. But he fought back and got rewarded for that. Who was the guy who got disconnected? That was Octavian, the DLL driver in the hypercar. And Neo, here we have him, P12 for him. Brent, same strategy, 1.5 seconds ahead, and Electric Gamer is half a minute behind. Vulcan leading by 30 seconds. Sounds like a lot of time, which is true, but at the same time it's not enough for WSR to win in the overall standings. More than 2 minutes are needed for that. Ear Gamer and Neo. 1 second. Ear Gamer. Here we have him, 6 minutes 55, and where's Neo? That's 21 seconds, Flipsy. Neo is behind by 21 seconds. Roundabout. Oh, we have yellow flags. Someone spun. That's a GT car in front, that's Nuschel. How did that happen? Nuschel spun, has damage, front, back, everywhere. What happened to Nuschel? He was well out of the corner. The last corner is banked, that isn't even a corner. That's really weird. Neutral lagging. Yeah, for most of, well, basically for the whole hour we're in this race. It's looking pretty bad right now. Oh. I thought he killed Milano there for a second. Mr. Freezy, let's rock now. Yeah, there was 1 free position, and luckily Neo with good reaction time, because he had to avoid Nuschel there, and let's be honest, one could relax a bit on that passage. Oh. Controller is low. 1 second to plug that in. And yeah, check in a second if other cars have damage. Let's go through the field. Masma has damage. I'm not sure if this is involved, given how they are placed on track. That could be. Octavian. So I end up here. When everything works for the game, yeah, that really sucks. Just our luck for this race. Nothing you can do. You drove well. Bit of a shame that it ended so early. You think Laggi killed Nuschel? nothing to see on Lodgy's end. Not sure, maybe you have other informations from RC directly. He wrote in this, okay. Yeah, I don't know, it was around here where the blue painting begins. So this is straight or just barely curved, easily flat out. Usually the cars are either on the inside or on the outside, so really far apart, so it is completely obvious where the other car is going, and I haven't seen, so I can't judge that, but from experience, Nuschel, I drove one stint against him, and Nuschel indicated nicely where he wanted to go, where he positioned his car. So for me as a hypercar, it was always pleasant to meet Nuschel on track, because he was really predictable in his driving. I knew, okay, he's going on this side, so I have to go the other way, or indicating where he wants to go. It was a good communication, so yeah. On the other hand, I can't judge if what Luigi did without having it seen, I guess. But I guess Nuschel wouldn't take his time and write something in Discord to show how much he appreciated the driving. Let's keep it kid-friendly. Ento still leading, trailing 30 seconds behind Vulcan, who leads. You think it's the first letter is an I. How am I supposed to pronounce that? Yuji? Nah, it's Luigi. Deal with it. If you hear that later and it is an I and not an L, Luigi. Ouija. It's Ouija now. Electric Gamer just wrote to Nuschel in chat, laggy. Electric Gamer is closing in on Nuschel, and yeah, Nuschel indeed is laggy for this race. Maybe this was, oh yeah, that is really not nice. That was part of the reason why there was contact that led to that crash. But to finish that sentence, I said Luigi or Luigi. Flipsy, you said Luigi, and I made from Luigi, I make Luigi. He's from the United Arab Emirates, so I make an Arab, I make an Italian name, but he will be fine with that, right? Surely he will understand that it comes from the bottom of the heart, and that will be all right. Masma is doing fine, considering the damage he has for a couple of laps. Lap times are really okay considering that. Milano not really coming much closer. Still more than 10 seconds. Neo should get... Oh, there was some passing. It was Ouija. Halex is leading overall. I if I remember correctly, the gap was 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So he's still leading by around 1.5 minutes. So Vulcan would need to find one whole lap in the next 2 hours over Ento for him to change the overall standings. For now. Kyle is really quick. Purple sector without hybrid. Hey, you're welcome. It's losing a bit, unfortunately. It's really crazy. Masma, with damage, is closing in. There's no damage on that BNN car. Yep, Masma is saving indeed, but at the same time he has a lot of damage, so I would expect him to fall behind, not catch other drivers, but good for him. And no defense here whatsoever. And Masma in P4. So what's going on with the GTs? We have been on the hypercars for a bit. Let's go back to the GTs. We have Confi is still in the lead. EA Gamer 1 second behind, but Mercedes is thirsty and wants to go to the pits very soon. Confi, if you look at his fuel, that's 60 liters left, I'd say. Milano had to pit twice. We cannot see it anymore in the lap counter there, but he was in for a scheduled pit stop and then he had to pit again after 2 or 3 laps. So he's basically 1 pit stop down, has to recover from that. That happened. EA Gamer on a different strategy will come in to the pit lane very soon, so I guess he won't put much pressure into an overtake maneuver. It wouldn't make sense to risk much. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's basically the worst. If you you pit it and you have to pit immediately again. Camel Toast in 3rd position in category. And we have Brent. Neo has closed in. It's now 3 seconds. Now have been, I think, around 5 seconds. And Noshel, yeah, after damage and some grass cutting, found himself in 2nd last position, and with half a minute to the next car, that's going to be a long race for him. And Electric Gamer, it has to be said, he's not having the pace for the other cars, but he's doing consistent lap times, so he's definitely driving on the edge of his performance level, and is doing that lap after lap, so that's worth quite a lot in my opinion. Let's hope he can continue this. Nothing new at the front. Vulcan and Ento still 30 seconds. And we have Kyle, Masma, WEC in P5. Milano closed the gap, now has to burn a penalty that will put him a second up again, but yeah, nothing too too bad. In the background, I can change the view. In the background, they can see the other WSR hypercar. So Milano is going to get lapped by his teammate very soon. Obviously, this is not the true difference in pace. Milano had to pit one more time, so that's the main reason why they're this close together this early in the race. EA Gamer still close behind Confi, and we surpassed the 1 hour mark, 1 hour 5 into the race, so 1 hour 55 to go. Spider can come in second last after DC. And Peter? What's that? Will Miracle. Yeah, disconnects are so unfortunate. And yeah, especially in those very long 3-hour stints, if you have a disconnect so early in the stint, it will be so much. But then again, you cannot give. I think at the same time it's fair. Let's give you into the race, so you're not completely out of it. But you can't give them like 1% or 2% plus, because you always have to consider that the driver could do mistakes or be involved in accidents, and yeah, you don't want to reward that driver disconnect, basically. It's most of our first event, so it's learning time. I think that's a good mindset, and I think you did well overall. I can't say that any team did bad, for that matter, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. That's, I guess, the most important thing. Enjoyed it, and yeah, if you said you learned things, and you will be stronger and more reliable to keep your lap times more consistent. Will always go up from there onwards. Random karaoke at 11 PM was good. I didn't miss that. I was driving there. Yeah, sure. I can go through the field once more. Vulcan leading lap Milano right now. Gap came down from 29 to 26 seconds, so lost a little bit. Can be because of traffic. No big deal. Ento in P2. Then we have Kyle. I'm impressed with the performance of Kyle, looking really quick, holding good lap times. Last laps have been a bit off, 34 and 33s. Then Masma doing strong despite damage, and WEC in P5. For BNR. Currently 6 seconds behind Masma, but Masma is driving away. He has to look behind as Vulcan is approaching, so WEC will get blue flags, which he has to respect because it's for a car in the same category. And right behind Vulcan is Milano, so at the moment he has to look rather behind than in front. Masma now in the pit lane after 1 hour 10, so 1 of 50 to go. That's 110 minutes. So I guess 55 minutes stint for Masma to the end. Finally able to repair damages. Confi leads the GT category by 9 seconds until Gammeltoast for WSR in the Lexus arrives. Brent a bit further behind. Neo is close, unfortunately not close enough to enjoy the slipstream and fight for the position. See Ento going for the dive and passes the GT car, brings Neo a bit closer. Nuschel had a really weird accident here on that area around the start-finish line, which totaled his car. He lost a lot of time there. And yeah, still 30 seconds behind Neo. He's not really quicker or slower, they're doing the same time. So he must be really frustrated that he is driving basically on his own right now for the next 2 hours. Air Gamer in P12. Oh, and we lost. Who do we lost? I didn't saw it. Chat? No. Can I see it here? Electric Gamer. Ah, okay, we lost Electric Gamer. He was in last position, right? Right? I think he was in last position. Didn't saw what happened. Connection looked stable. Yeah, I guess it was a disconnect, and that's really unfortunate and weirdly that it happens so often in the last 24 hours. Disconnect happened, that must be lap 40 or 39 and 1 hour 11, 1 hour 12 into the race. Lap 40 or 39 and 1 hour 11 or 12 into the race. Hello there. Okay, where is it rather close on track? WEC is going to get lapped by Vulcan any second. Where is he? Vulcan a couple of seconds off. 2 or 3. That's right, on board. Closes in. Oh, that sounds nice. Rejoined. Yeah, unfortunately it is not possible to rejoin. That's something I liked about the F1 games. If you had a disconnect, you could rejoin and take control back over your car. Unfortunately that's not possible in GT. Ren thought what it would be neat if the area of queuing yellow flags could be displayed. Yes, because you're really blind about that. You get the indicator, like we just saw with the blue flags, that there is some yellow flag, but you never can be sure where. But I doubt that this is going to be added. So WEC now got lapped. Milano is 2 seconds behind. Yeah, W2 was just running for. Yeah, that does make way too much sense for PT to add it into the game. Be realistic. Yeah. just an information. I'm driving with the VR headset, which is really great. I enjoy that. It's a lot of fun, but you don't have the most information. For example, you don't have the positioning tower, so you can't see who's in P1, who's in P2, and the gap. So you don't have that information, that you're driving basically blind. You don't have the lap counter, where with the lap times, like currently we're in lap 48, so no lap is displayed. In lap 47 it was 1 minute 32, and so on. You do not have the track map with the icons of the arrows with the cars where everyone is positioned at the moment. That means you do also not have the indicator of the wind. That's all missing in VR. So I doubt they would add something which is not consistently available in all game modes. I thought I saw a slow car on the banking, but it was just a GT car that was passed by a hypercar, and the difference in speed made it look like the GT car was driving really slow. Confi leading by 16 seconds, by the way, plus being on a strategy that involves one pit stop less than his competitors, so it's looking really good for Confi, but still a long way to go. Flipsy's already advertising the new season. I guess we can do a brief excursion to that. Next year we will offer again 2 series. We will continue with the WEC series, which will be a bit closer to the original rule set. We will follow the calendar of the WEC as close as possible. For example, where it's not possible, for example, San Marino or Imola, we will race at Lago Maggiore, another Italian track. Then we follow the original tracks of the WEC, like Le Mans, like Fuji, for example. We will also race again in Daytona, another 24-hour race. And again, we will feature the cars that are present in the real life WEC series. And then we have the Group 3 series this year that will be a bit modified. That will be now GT series instead of Group 3. It will involve also Group 2 cars, Group 3 cars, and Group 4 cars, and cars that can be raced will change for the races. So we have races that are still only Group 3, but we will also have races that are mixed categories, like Group 2 and Group 3, or Group 3 and Group 4. So a bit of a mix there. Apart from that, the rule set will be carried over into next year for that. Speaking of the rule set, we will have a completely renewed rulebook, which is a lot more detailed, just for the sake or to be more precise. So it is clearer what the rules are, where to find information. It is also a lot bigger because it takes more care that informations are presented more easily understandable. So obviously that takes also a bit of space, so the rulebook is expanded quite a bit. Yeah, the calendar itself is public. I guess we found a good solution, and I guess we can announce the test races for January very soon. They're not completely finalized, but yeah, shouldn't take much discussion left. And then after this, we can enjoy the winter break, have some test races in January where we'll test out actually new rules, how they work, if it's sensible to include them or if you should go back to the 2023 rule set, plus some normal test races where it's just a brief, short endurance race, and then we can start this season. Flamers, I'm thinking about switching to LMH next season. Yeah, I do enjoy driving the hypercar. It can be sometimes a bit sketchy, but in general, I think it's a good category. I enjoy driving with the GT cars. You have to face a lot of traffic and negotiate them, and I think that's challenging on the driving side. A bit of shame is the hybrid of the Toyota, which gets empty rather early into an endurance race, and it's challenging to maintain energy. There have been rumors that Porsche might get added. That would be wonderful if we would have more hypercars other than the Toyota. But obviously that would include BOP or custom BOP and BOP checks for that as well, and how one would handle that with to make it fair, hybrid, and so on and so on. But yeah, I guess we can cross that bridge when we get there. Even though I really enjoyed the season with the Lexus, 2 victories and 3 podiums out of 6 races is far more than could have wished for. Yeah, you've been competitive through all the season, if I recall correctly. You said 3 podiums and 2 of them were victories. I guess that's not too shabby. So let's go through the field once more. I haven't checked on them. While Vulcan 25 ahead is going to pit in the next couple of laps again. And looking at the tires there, I guess that's needed. He lost a bit of time to Ento. I just got past GT car Kyle, manifesting that 3rd position. We have WEC still in P4, Milano P5 immediately behind. If we look at the fuel, it's 2 complete different scenarios. We have around half fuel for WEC, and Milano has to pit really soon, in the next couple of laps. Doesn't hinder him to go for the move outside line for turn 1. He's trying to hold that. A lot of marbles there, but he can fight decent grip, good acceleration, and the inside is open, and he goes for it, covers it off, and I think he got the position. Oh, nice drift there, caught the car. Yeah, no, it was okay. Unfortunately, some contact, but I guess it was fair. So position swap: Milano P4, WEC P5. Masma, who already pitted, is in P6. We have the GTs, Confi extending his lead, Gamtos in P8. And it's still close here. Neo got past Brent, but Brent trails behind by 1 second, so is around the area where you still get slipstream. reminder again, you can still vote for the livery of the day. Flipsy has linked or pinned the link. That's right away. The link in the chat, and it takes only 1 or 2 minutes. You can select your favorite liveries and vote for them. I think that's nice, nice addition. So if you haven't done that, you might want to put 2 minutes of your time into that. Brand lost a bit of momentum, and I guess Neo looks safe for the moment, out of slipstream range here for the Corvette behind. Well, actually it's 2 Corvettes, one behind, one in front. But the green Corvette doesn't get any slipstream, and he looks a bit quicker at the moment. So if he doesn't do any mistakes, he should be able to move away and manifest that P9. Again, traffic obviously can play a role and bring a car from behind a bit closer again. So you don't want to lose a lot of time there, Masma. I guess that was almost perfect. You can't time that better. No one lost time there. Well done. Not what Brent hoped for, probably. And we have Vulcan in the pit lane after 1 hour 27, so a bit before halftime of the stint. So the next 2 parts of the stint must be a little bit longer. P3 and P4, yeah, 1 second. We have Kyle in P3, 1 minute behind Vulcan. That is going to get a lot less after Vulcan exits the pit. And Milano 34 seconds behind, but if we look at fuel, Kyle can go on for, I guess, 5 laps-ish, and Milano will pit at the end of this lap. In my experience, undercutting is not as rewarding as on other tracks or scenarios. Overcutting feels a bit more rewarding, so I feel like this gap could open up. Kyle is still in P3 as the Vulcan is already back on track and is 12 seconds in front of Kyle. Ento is going to pit at the end of this lap, briefly in the lead, but that will change very soon. Milano, as promised, in the pit lane. Luigi going for longer stint, moves up 1 position. Reached the pit now, Ento in the pit lane as well. Vulcan will easily retake the lead, and I guess Kyle, who almost lost the car there on the exit of the Le Mans chicane, could come out ahead as well. Let's go to Milano and see how much he refuels. I guess that's around 60 liters. Yeah, 58. And he's ahead of... Oh no, sorry, I meant Ento. Should be ahead of Kyle, but that did not happen. I took one car for the other. So Ento currently in 3rd position and Kyle jumped him, but obviously this red car has to pit one more time and then they're equal on pit stops, then one additional pit stop for everyone, and then we're going to the end. We have we've reached 1 hour 30, so half time of the stint. Still leading. He will go very long. He has around 30 liters left in the car and is planning to do one more stop. Neo did really well. He managed to break away from Brent. The gap opened up to 4 seconds and Gamatos in front is coming closer and closer. It's only 5 seconds to him. So Neo on the move. Who's going to get lapped. Let's see what Nuschel is doing. Unfortunately, not much. Just left the pit lane. Dead last at the moment, 1 minute. And the EA Gamer. Yeah, if you look at that Mercedes, we see a lot of damages, silvery parts. Yeah, I imagine Nuschel is not having the best time of his life right now. Still out. Not pitted yet. Interestingly, if you look at the tires of Kyle, the front left is worn the most. Usually it's the rear and the right side that is harmed the most. But for him, it's for some reason the front. Really unusual. He comes in, yeah. So Ento will retake second position. He's closing in on Vulcan by a second or two, but the gap's still too large to make something up here that he could take the victory unless Vulcan is doing something out of the ordinary. Looking still very good for Helix to take the overall victory here. VG now enters the banking after the infield, so Kyle is pretty much safe to hold that third position. 6 liters into the car, and away he goes in P3. Unfortunate for him, there's quite some traffic. Means new, and that wasn't ideal, but nothing he or Neo really could have done differently, I guess. He has to wait, Neo has to ride to the corner, and yeah, on entry there's only one line. Oh, tires still cold, watch out. Then there are two GT cars, I think that's Nuschel and Mr. Gammeltoast. Ideally he gets at least one here on the straight. Not quite, and yeah, that's a horrendous out lap for him, where he lost 3 to 4 seconds, I guess, due to traffic. That's some bad luck here. Masma is in 4th position, but has WEC behind. Masma 33s, and WEC looks a bit quicker at the moment. But Masma has excellent top speed, and you saw that WEC was in the slipstream, but Massa drove away by a lot, so I reckon it will be quite challenging to overtake him. And I guess we can stay here for a while, because Milano is closing in as well. You can see him directly behind, so 4, 5 and 6 within 3 seconds here. It's battery charge. Yeah, if you can wait, I can check. 30% Masma has left. By some liveries has General Louis Vuitton logo. Choice of the team or livery designer, I guess. I highly doubt that any team is associated with these brands, but that's okay. So the gap is 5 tenths, and he is in the slipstream, but Masma is pulling away. Now 7 tenths. There's nothing that can be done. Masma is just rapid on the straights. And Milano is closing in. I guess next lap he will be in the slipstream as well. Oh, some traffic, that's the chance. Not working out so far, or is it? I was a bit chaotic, but Masma is now under pressure and he is vulnerable here in the infield, where downforce is important. He covers the inside line, that was a good move. Milano right on the tail here. The last corner before they reach the Le Mans chicane. Masma leads, not the best exit, but the top speed should be enough. There's some wheel banging there, leave each other a bit more room. Now Masma should be safe, and Milano has a chance here. Have a look on the inside, but has to retreat. Masma with a mistake that will cost him a lot of momentum. And Milano with the best exit, but he can't use it. He's standing in the wind. Yeah, I agree with you there. Masma has a straight line speed to simply drive away. He recovers enough to always have the hybrid in the infield, which makes it difficult for these guys to get a chance to overtake him, because Masma has good acceleration. So even with lower downforce, Masma is not as vulnerable as he would be without any downforce, any battery left. But we saw it can get really critical fast as soon as traffic plays a role. Nuschel and Luigi. I don't understand that. Nuschel is doing the right thing and stays on the inside line, but Luigi tries to squeeze through a gap that never was there. He should have gone a long way around the outside. That's not losing him any noticeable time. I think Milano even lifted for a brief moment because the two GTs were side by side as well, which ultimately lost him time as well, but is the better thing to do. Yeah, I guess the stewards could get busy. Milano now on the inside line, ahead, late braking maneuver by the BNR driver. The outside line isn't not that bad, but that acceleration was not ideal. I think Milano is now safe and through and looks after Masma now. Let's check behind. Gammeltoes lost track position, not overall position, to Nuschel. Nuschel shown blue flag, but you're allowed to unlap yourself. But you have to be able to drive away to be quicker. And if I'm not mixing up the current rule set with the 2024 rule set, the rule is that if the other driver gets close enough again, you have to let him go and then truly let him go. So you can't let yourself get lapped again, then try to get unlapped and again and again and again. But right now, I guess also through thanks to traffic, he managed to do that. So we go back to the hypercars. Milano won almost 2 seconds behind Masma. It's just incredible how rapid Masma is in a straight line. Let's drive one lap on board with Masma and see how he recovers. He has still 26% left. See here, for example, the hybrid is active. That helps him, despite slower cornering speeds, to be quick enough. Banking, and now I'm curious to see how he brakes for the Le Mans chicane. If he actively recovers. Yep, he is on the brakes while being on throttle to recover 1 or 2% every time he goes through there. He mastered that. Yeah, it's definitely the most noticeable. Octavian and I did something similar, but I guess not this extreme. Around this time I would be, and Octavian as well, would be around 0, while Masma has still 25% to play with, and he maintains a strong pace. That has to be said, the pace is strong, whilst he recovering a lot of energy. Milano lost some time, then gained some time a bit. At the moment he's too far off, definitely quicker, and I think the focus can be fully on the driver in front rather than behind. Confi is closing in on his second and final pit stop. There's not much left in that Ferrari, 10 to 15 liters, so he will pit soon and then go to the end. Behind by 20 seconds is Gantos, who's going to pit sooner, and I'm not sure if his strategy involves an additional pit stop. I can't think of that, but then again, driving to the end was something I wouldn't have expected from the GTs on this point. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Again, yeah, all on this similar level, so it must be going to the end from this point onward. Successfully unlocked himself and drove away. So even though that is nothing worth on paper, or what's the word? Greifbar, nothing immediate changing for him. I think that's a brief moment of success for him in this stint. That was really flipped on the other side with that accident he had. At the front, Vulcan still leads. That shouldn't change really, apart from pit stops. And again, around 25 seconds, so they're lapping pretty much equal here. Yeah, I'm curious to see the incidents he had and how it happened. Totally agree, because that was so odd. Usually that never happens there. Nushu was lagging a lot. That could be a factor, but yeah, you said that you saw the driver going for spaces you should not go for. That could be part of it as well. Yeah, curious to see how Nushel's point of view is and the point of view of the other driver. I think we rejoined Masma in Milano in the right time, because Masma lost some time due to traffic here and is not having, yeah, that was costly for the second horseshoe, and a bit of a compromise there for the last turn before the banking happens. Now Milano is really close, but again Masma is driving away ever so slightly. At the same time, can he? I don't think Masma recovered any energy here, because the car was so close behind. But now what? Masma goes to the upper side, now down. Now it's a lot of movement here, Masma. I think that was borderline, okay. Whoa! And I don't know what that was, but that was not okay. Milano was falling through the banking, up and down the banking actually, and then Masma before the start finish, or around the start finish line. Come on. Touch the grass. It wasn't a penalty. No, there was no penalty. I didn't saw that. I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything bad, but it looked like brake checking. I'm sure that was not the intention. maybe he thought, okay, I let him go, but that was really unsafe. He just brakes on straight. Yeah, that he can brake for the braking zone and recover energy with that, but that was in a spot where you would never expect a driver to brake, and it was really dangerous. Then he was, for the international overshoe, ever so slightly on the grass, lost a couple of seconds there, and suddenly he's under threat from P6 here. And here is the penalty zone, and he started to brake ground here, so 150, 200 meters later, so that cannot be a penalty. I didn't saw a penalty. One hour and 10 minutes to go, and then the season is over. Yes, all in all, we can be very pleased how this year went. A lot of new drivers, faces, teams. I think the races have been really good. I do hope you think in a similar way. And then a clumsy move. Yeah, clumsy. I'm not sure if clumsy is the right word, because it would be like you do something on purpose but not in the right way, and that was not logical to do in this position there. If you would have done that 400 or 500 meters later, it would have been a different story. That was just dangerous. I don't want to put it up too high. Nothing happened in the end, and I guess Masma owes Milano an apology, and I guess that's okay then. Back in the rhythm now. Yep. Looks like he's extending the gap a little bit. Yep, right in time for Confi's pit. So what happened? Masma is recovering his battery by braking whilst he's being on throttle, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing against that, but he did that before the start-finish line, and you know that the start-finish line is so early that the braking zone is nowhere near that, and there was a somewhat critical moment where there could have been a crash on the start-finish straight. That was a bit unnecessary, but yeah, I think we talked about this now in length. Confi for the second and last time in the pit lane now. Neo will pit now as well. There's nothing left in that car, but he timed it to perfection that he's not running out of fuel. Not one bit. That was timed really well. So the leader and the second place car in the GT category is in the pit lane. That's the time for EA Gamer to potentially grab a position here, although he has to pit one more time as well. Nuschel found himself with the hypercars fighting for P5. Not the greatest position there for VG, but nothing Nuschel did wrong there. he was forced to be a bit on the middle of the straight as Masma passed him, and then he just hold his line. Never ending game. I ran out of fuel on the straight on my first stint, but I really wanted to squeeze 23 laps out of the tank. Yeah, I guess if you run out of fuel just a couple hundred meters before, it's no big deal. If that would happen in the infield, for example, that would cost you some time. 1 second. Nuschel is in last position. 15:55, let's say that. And Gammel 15 flat. So Nuschel, yeah, around a minute, a bit less than a minute. No, sorry, here's Gammel. 25, so Nuschel is around about half a minute behind Gammel. So what's the situation with Masma? 0.9 laps left. I took that risk. Yeah, especially as the pit entry is a bit earlier, you can get away with a bit less. I'm gone for a minute or two, I'll be back soon. 1 second. so I'm back. I think I saw that WEC got past Masma there for a moment, but apparently Masma retook that place. Did I miss anything else while I was gone? Should I look into certain driver? I guess we can look through the field again. Pretty much exactly 1 hour to go, so the last hour of the season has started. I just sort of passed him on the straight as there were different clouds. Yeah, Massa's setup must be insane. Vulcan 26 ahead. Yeah, looks perfect for them to win the stint, but not the race. The overall race victory will go to Halex and Ento in this case. And it's a minute 12 behind the leader for Kyle, who got back into P3 after that accident he had in the first lap. Milano is in P4. Masma is still fighting, holding on for dear life. Did Ento have a little mistake? Wasn't he in front of Luigi just before? Ento had damage really early on. That's why he lost some time, but he was basically all the time in second position. Or let's check. There was... Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, a minute ago. Yeah. You're right, his lap time was at 135. There's no damage. I think, yeah, if I remember correctly, I saw them in my head. You're right, he passed them, and there must be some mistake somewhere where he lost that position again. So, yeah, that's annoying for all people involved here, as P5 and P6 have to allow Ento to lap them, thus losing time, and Ento, yeah, obviously lost time, doesn't want to spend more time overtaking. Good eye there, I missed that. Goes through. Yeah, 5 and 6, interesting battle. A lot of cars. Okay. It feels like half the field's currently in the Le Mans chicane. But Masma is too far away again. Oh god. Does someone get flashback from Stint 1? It's EA Gamer who has to pit very soon. Confi should not take much risk here if he cannot overtake. All he has to do is wait 1 or 2 laps and the problem will solve itself. Just too many cars. Yeah, I think that there's yeah, must have been 5 cars at least. Yeah. So not yeah, only 1 car off being half the field. Let's drive on board with Confi in a Ferrari. That's a car we rarely see. Almost never in the Group 3 series, and only in WEC. Confi said it in Stint 5 that he really enjoys driving this car. The custom BOP allows, oh, that was really close, Confi, to be competitive, something which is not possible with the in-game stock BOP, unfortunately. Yes, cornering speed and acceleration, but he's not gaining anything in the slipstream here. To be fair, that's not really necessary. Oh, really risky through there, as the car in front will pit very soon. So yeah, just tuck in. he is continuing for one more lap. He must be completely empty after that. I'm not sure. He's not gaining anything. And I don't know if it would. I'm not sure about the strategy, but if it wouldn't be absolutely crucial, I would rather go one lap earlier to avoid any drama, collision, overtake, additional time loss in this lap. And Comfy's looking, faking it on the inside, then going to the outside again, preparing the exit again. But I'm afraid there's little Comfy can do. He's not gaining anything on the straights with Slipstream, so I don't see how I can get past him without Slipstream. Gap is opening up. Now he's gaining around 270 kph. That's really late onto the straight. You can see how much more grip Comfy has thanks to car setup, but also obviously the tires. And now Gamer is indicating, you can see it here, goes into the pit lane, and Comfy is finally free of him and retakes the lead of the category of the GT cars. What's happening here? WEC still in P6, Masma still ahead. That must be not only a bit, that must be frustrating if you have a similar pace and you just can't find a way past him. So, quick look through the field again, 30 seconds, the gap opened up a bit by a few seconds, but nothing too crazy. Milano has a pit very soon, like Ento and Vulcan. Kyle can go a little bit longer, 3, 4, 5 laps I guess. Then, oh no, we missed Masma. Made a mistake and has damage. Oh, come on! I feel I jinxed it again. I was just saying how that must be frustrating not getting by Masma. And immediately after that, I'm sorry. I guess it's not too bad. We have 50 minutes to go. That tire is dead. Yep, indeed, there is not much left. I would reckon it would be the last corner of the infield leading to the banking. Maybe that the car was unstable and he touched the outside wall of the banking there. I want to say, I guess it's okay because 50 minutes is distance you can drive on one set of tire to the end, so it's not one additional pit stop other than this one that was scheduled either way. Yeah, soon anyway. Just a bit of time loss, nothing more. Can still finish strong, and P5 is not out of question. P4 Milano 15 seconds ahead of WEC. That is a big ask, I guess. P10 and 9 are close together. That's Brent and Nuschel. Unfortunately, that's not the full truth. We can see that Nuschel is blinking red for fuel, low fuel. Wow, that car on sideways is really harmed. You can barely make out the number board. That poor Mercedes. Yeah, Nuschel has to go to pit very soon, while Brent, I'm not sure if that's enough to go to the end. I assume it is. EA Gamer is in last position now. Had 2 slow laps. That was one very slow in lap and then the out lap. So Nuschel for the moment not in last position, even looking close to P10. That will change very soon when he pits again. But yeah, maybe those two have to pit again, and then Nuschel is definitely there to pick up some places here. Follows him really closely and stays on track, so one more lap for him, outside line for him. Both are late on the brakes. Now turn 1, outside line for Nuschel. Nicely done. Well done by both. Nuschel brave to go around the outside, but also by Brent giving the space. Good driving. So Gammel can go to the end right. Let's see, where do we have? I reckon that this is enough. They're going half an hour on 50%. Yeah, that should be enough to go to the end. I guess that's no more pit stops for them and going to the end. Seeing Ento there, he, Ento, Vulcan and Milano have to pit really soon. If we look at the fuel, that's either this lap or the next lap, and then they will go to the end as well. That's around about a 3/4 hour to go, and around 30 more laps this season has for us, and yeah, then we can say cut and make the wrap. That will have been DAS 2023. Lexus and the RC AMG 131 apart. Let's see where we have the Lexus here. Currently P8 with let's say 70 minutes 40 seconds, and Nuschel around 20 seconds behind, 20-25 seconds, but with one pit stop, so 25 plus the pit stop time. Yeah, that is around that area where that can be decided for the position. Nuschel is lagging again slightly. It looked good for quite some time. Got past Brent, who don't need to be bothered by this, as Nuschel, different part of the stint with strategy, is going to pit again. He's most likely going to the end, so that should be all good. Vulcan went for another lap, but they will all come in very soon. Kyle, maybe 2 laps longer. Yeah, that's the familiar picture here. Masma 53 behind. A small mistake here, missing the first apex. In GTs it looks really good for Confi. He's a bit lower on fuel if you look at the other cars. 3/4 to 75 liters, that's 60 liters, Confi about 50, but I assume Confi knows what he's doing and will manage that to the end. Everyone is talking about Gammel, but where is the legendary Adalbert Gammel? Yeah, I wish the famous Adalbert Gammel would join the dark side. I mean, join the ES and give it a go. But yeah, for context, Adalbert Gammel, nicely chap, a bit on the older side for sim racers. Not the quickest, but definitely a rather consistent guy. Flipsin I knew for I guess a handful of years by now, from GT series, Formula 1 before that, and yeah, he shares almost the exact same name with the Lexus driver. So pit stop time for the hypercars here. Ento takes over the lead for the moment until he is going to pit. Vulcan rejoins in P2 for now. Would have 2 VR drivers then. I'm not sure if... I doubt that I'm the only VR driver in DES. Kyle in pit lane with 6 liters left, so it could have gone a little bit longer. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Milano pitted as well. Sprint time. $40 minutes to go. That's basically nothing for endurance drivers. So after the pit stops, Masma in P6, 5 seconds behind. So yeah, repair times cost as well. Let's see if you can fight back and go for a P5 again. Vulcan retakes the lead now as Ento, yeah, tires are changed, but a lot of fuel has to go into the car. So still standing, now back on track, and the gap has come down. Vulcan refueled a bit more, and so a bit lighter right now. Gap is around 20 seconds. Looks really good for Vulcan to win the stint, but it's going to be Halex that are winning this 24-hour race if the standings hold for the next 40 minutes like this. Kyle, in the meantime, still in P3. Yeah, decent pace for him, but not on the same pace level from Vulcan and Ento. Those two have been the quickest of this lobby throughout the whole race. Hand low back. Nicely made. We have Milano, who is not too far ahead of Ento, who is going to lap him. I do hope we see a battle coming up here with P5 and 6. Masma 4 seconds behind. That's a big ask. Yeah, it's Halex and SVV is Scuderia, and then I can't pronounce the name. I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce the name without embarrassing myself. the most Italian I can do is Toro Rosso, and that's it. SVV, yeah, okay. I don't want to butcher the name, sorry. Okay, Confi. Small concern with fuel. He's a bit lighter and grabbed up a time penalty here, but should be good on winning the category D. The category in the stint. Not sure how it looks in the overall standing for the GTs. Gammeltoast, I think it was interesting between Gammeltoast and Nuschel. It's 18:30-ish, and Nuschel, that's 1 minute and 10 seconds. So if I remember correctly, the gap that was needed was 1 minute 30. So currently Nuschel would have 20 seconds to play with. Antonio goes until the checker flag. I think everyone is going until the checker flag now. No more scheduled pit stop for all drivers. Let's go with Enter for the moment. Thanks for the info. Then we check on that. EA Gamer Confi fighting for P2 in the GT category. The gap is 1 minute 33, so Confi 18:20, where's EA Gamer? 19:12. So that's around 50 seconds right now. So not enough to make a change here at the moment. So here we have Ento and the car in front, that's Milano, who's a lap behind. Not close enough to enforce blue flags at the moment. Coming not really closer. Lap times look similar. Feels like it at least. Just for information, you can see the blue flag indicator. Blue flags give away to faster cars. GT shows blue flags really early, so we have a custom rule implemented that you can, well, not ignore, but you can, you must. There's no need to follow blue flags until the car behind is a second behind you. Then you have to follow blue flags. And I'd say that is, I guess, at least 3 seconds now, so Milano is fine to continue and no need to slow down right now. 24 hours our distance. That 24-hour race is just special. I think Ento, with a small mistake, there lost some momentum. Time is going up. Yeah, no big deal. But all guys were great in every stint, super low error rate, always focused. Yeah, that's true. I think pace-wise, it wasn't as impressive as the final result will make it out. Like, I think P1 and P2 will be maybe even 4 laps ahead of P3 after the disconnect of DLL. 4 or 5 laps, that's a huge distance. But as far as I can recall, there have been no larger mistakes that led to time loss. Sleep deprivation after 24 hours is something else. Well, yeah, I'm really happy if the stint is over and I can get some sleep, because I drove the night stint until midnight and then again at 4 o'clock, so I got up at 3 again, so I had the chance of around 2.5 hours of sleep, and I didn't slept at all, so I'm basically awake since Saturday morning 6 o'clock. And I'm happy if I have the chance to get some sleep in an hour or so. So, second vision, next season you have 4 races to defend this. Yep, again 4 24-hour races. First it will be Spa, then Le Mans, then the Nürburgring, and then final race Daytona again. Oh yeah, oh, you listed it up. I remember that on the top of my head. I just would have to read a little bit more. Pekka had the best stint from all of us. Flipsy, we're planning at least to the full WEC season. That sounds nice. Okay, right now I guess that's around 1 second-ish, so Milano should consider following blue flags. Ento gets now a lot of slipstream, and it looks like Milano is slowing down. And that was essentially a textbook-like how you have to do it. If the other car is within that parameter of a second, you have to slow down. He gave him plenty of space, and both continued the race. That's a textbook perfect. Let's see, he's technically has the right to rear overtake, but he doesn't do it, which is I guess the better thing to do, the more fairer thing to do. Obviously it would help if the black and white with green elements, if that car would lose a couple of seconds here and there to help the chances for the overall victory of WSR, but yeah, it wouldn't be very sportsmanship-like. And as it seems like Ento is able to build up a gap. So WSR is known for the great sportsmanship, and now we let both cars fight. Yeah, I felt that I had a lot of lapping to do, obviously, in the hypercar, and with two GT cars, and you theoretically would have the opportunity to stand in the way of others a bit more than your own two hypercars, and I never felt this was true, so yeah, I can fully stand behind that that was always fair from you. Masma is now 26 seconds behind P5, so I'm afraid that's it with the hopes for Masma P5 here. There was a 1 minute 45 and 1 minute 44, so there have been mistakes from Masma. Cannot be pit stop, must be mistakes on track. At least, I guess, fortunately without any damages, but yeah, I guess that's settled with P6 unless something unforeseen happened to the drivers in front. We have Confi. Oh well, happens. Yeah. Guess it's been a long day for everyone, so if a mistake happens. He drove 3 stints. Wow. I was aware that it was at least 2, but I thought it was 2 or 3. That's a lot. Hats off for that. I really felt my second stint, the beginning, I wasn't really in the rhythm, and I felt that I would have needed a bit more sleep. Okay, Confi, I'd say 30 to 35 liters. 35 to 40 liters. And Gameltos behind, easily 7-8 liters more. So potentially Confi has to save some fuel, or Gameltos is a bit more on the safer side here with fuel. If Confi would have to save 2 or 3 laps worth of fuel, that could be very interesting. How much time he would lose if the others... Oh, come on, I wanted to orchestrate some excitement here, and then you say Confi is fine for fuel. Oh, come on. Right now we don't have much battling for position anymore. Brent is close to EA Gamer. 3.5 second Nuschel, last place. 40 behind. You reckoned RSC had a rough race. If I look at Nuschel's car, I can hardly see what you mean. I mean, on the one hand side, you can barely make out the livery anymore. That would be absolute 5-head move to make a photo of that and go to the stewards and claim Nuschel's RSC Mercedes doesn't feature the number board on one side, just for the memes. Didn't even know what was once a car. Okay, we have 25 minutes to go. It looks pretty relaxed at the front. I'm sure it's not. Both are pushing every lap. Trying to nudge things into their favor, but the gaps are pretty much static. Kyle holds P3. Milano looks like a safe P4. WEC in P5 after the mistake from Masma. I think the hypercar category is pretty much settled. Confi with 20 seconds should take the victory here in Stint 7. Gameltoast 20 to the front and 20 to the back. Similar for Neo, 20 and 15 differences. EA Gamer and Brent are the two closest cars to each other. At least we get to have a fight for a position again. And now just lost alone in standings. Yeah, that's a pity for Nuschel at the moment. He's basically for 2 hours or 2.5 hours in time trial mode, essentially, not really racing against anybody. Was also kind of running that U2 then commentated Stint 2. Conti was commentating Stint 2, and what was the second one? I can't remember. What fighting I was already looking forward to it. Yeah, and obviously if you know... okay. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, obviously it's great if you know in the overall standings you have a team you can hunt down and try to overtake them in the overall standings, or you can defend from. That's some additional motivation. If you're a bit lost, especially after a disconnect, and no, it's 2 or 3 minutes to a different team that is on a similar level of pace, you know, it's most likely not going to work out to get position back, and then it's going to feel a bit well, not pointless, but it doesn't matter if your gap, if your race time is, for example, 10 seconds faster or slower, as it wouldn't change anything. Now, Flipsy with the straw poll, you can vote for the livery of the day. And yeah, with 20 minutes to go, time is running out on that. Flipsy, technically, shouldn't we vote on livery of the days, plural, as 24-hour race, Saturday, Sunday, days? Okay, I stopped it. Oh, Nuschel driving absolutely nowhere. Or it just has PTSD from hypercars lapping him, that he drives as far away from them as he possibly can. To be fair, as funny as it looks like, you can actually get a reset there if the game detects that you're off track for a very long time and continue. You can get reset by a couple 100 meters with, and then you're standing still, so that can easily be a time loss up to 10 seconds, I guess. So as they are fighting for a position, I think he's good by 20 seconds. He shouldn't do anything stupid. Hope you enjoyed your 10-year anniversary retro, AMG. Yes, I enjoyed the livery, but it has to be said, it wasn't necessary to make it look like it would have actually raced for 10 years. Alex, save your money, but thank you very much for the 100 bits. Go to sleep, charts. Am I talking this much? Well, okay, I answered my own question. Am I talking this much rubbish here? Asking a question, answering it myself, while being completely incompetent to talk. Well done, me. Should I really go to sleep? I just quit the stream 20 minutes before the end, okay? by the way, thank you very much. And I streamed the first stint, and we were around 40 people throughout the stint. And in this stint, we have been 25 to 35 people most of the times. So thank you a lot for staying in, for tuning in this long, being active in chat. That makes it a lot more easy and enjoyable to stream. And I don't say it to sound good or make a good face or anything. No, that I mean really not that. It's really great that you're active, and that feels great that the community takes interest in the races and yeah, communicates. That's great. Signature denied. Yeah, I will never mentally recover from that. This RC Mercedes now truly looks like it's the car that ran the whole year. It looks horribly, that poor car. All our brains are cooked after 23 hours. Yeah, can't argue with that. And RTO gets cheered on. Yeah, Neo is in P9. I didn't mention Neo too much, I think, after the first hour or hour and a half. It was a very long time in P12, so really good comeback from him to get back up in the order. And not too far off Confi. What's the gap? Yeah, around half a minute. That's not too bad. I resemble the struggles and bad luck of RSC, lol. I thought that was Confi with the bad luck. No, I'm not saying. I thought about something to say. I'm not going to. I don't want to jinx anything here. I better don't show any RRC car anymore, because I don't want to be made responsible for anything bad. Well, the car shows with all the bruises. I feel it's how it's looking for you in the GT class overall standing. Just know that you. Is that word black? Away with the hypercar title. Walk away. I'm not sure, but I think yeah, WSR is going to win in team or league category. Yeah, walk. I can read sometimes. And if I'm not mistaken, Rotec is going to win the driver's title. Funnily enough, I think I'm going to be second. And never had a chance to win it, because Rotec was my teammate, so any points I make, Rotec would have made the same, and I think the gap was big enough to get not overtaken by I don't know. Where's Johnny? Johnny is in the retirement home, I guess. Lap 106 now, so 10, 11 more laps to go. Ferrari winning a full season, Confi for the Formula 1 team. To be fair, that might be completely off and being a stupid thing to say, but I think so much. I'm looking at the Formula 1 race and I think about strategy calls. I think it is so apparent that Ferrari is doing a bad strategy. That one thinks, okay, I'm a noob here, but obviously I can do better decision than Ferrari. What are they doing? Imagine Confi to Ferrari and they're going to win everything within 3 years. Mazepin world champion. Yeah. Ferrari hasn't won anything in Formula 1 title-wise for 15 years. Beats Leclerc in a close battle. That's easy to say, come on. Leclerc is obviously the number 2 driver of Ferrari. So you're making it a bit easy here. Just waiting to get all the Leclerc hate. Minutes to go. The closest battle is drifting away. Brent is losing a bit of time while Nuschel is gaining, but yeah, unfortunately not enough to get into battle for position with Brent here. They're great combo, both have horrible bad luck. That's true. You know the meme from The Simpsons where Homer puts milk and cornflakes together and for some reason it catches fire? That's how I imagine that would look like if Confi and Leclerc would be at Ferrari. Just looking at something and it catches fire for no apparent reason. You mean Confi and RC or Leclerc and Carlo? No, Confi and Leclerc would be disastrous, bad luck. At least Switzerland has no home Grand Prix to watch for Confi. But Switzerland has an E-Prix, right? In Bern, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something. I'm not quite sure why racing is still banned there. I'm aware of the historic background with the disaster in Le Mans 1955, or was it 54? Anyway, they banned racing after that. But that was half a century ago. I stay with Nuschel. He really deserves the spotlight, I guess, after that stint. At least the car does. Mistaken, Confi is behind. I saw a red car. That must be the Ferrari. GT has tracks in Switzerland. Yes. Well, no. GT has one track, not tracks. One track, and that's a fictional one. Just hope they will have another big update for Christmas. I doubt that. As great as the update was for single player, it wasn't anything for multiplayer. And they titled that update Spec 2.0, so that is pretty much a dead giveaway that there won't be any update in this size. Because logically, I know it's a big thing to expect logical decisions here, but logically, if they would bring a further update in this size or region, it would be Spec 3.0. And why would they bring or move from Spec 1 to Spec 2 to Spec 3 within 2-3 months? I don't see that happening. I can imagine that with Christmas, New Year, for January we get a bigger update than we usually get because it's a special time of the year. Okay, that. Oh no, sure, don't do anything stupid. I can see that happen, but I highly doubt that we will get anything as big as these Spec 2.0. I think the grill covers it. The grill covers it, but some of the lines take a turn to the side of front. It's not even with the grille. I'm not sure if I see what you mean. But I guess it's safe to say that Mercedes has a place in DAS history after that. Not like it can be seen with this actual state of the car. 9 minutes to go. All scratched off. The whole car is scratched up. It's the designer's eye that is triggered, but still a great car design. Yes, I think I saw it in the beginning of the Stint. I really like the gold part. It pops up nicer in a way with the bright gold yellowish color than the red. I know red obviously being your color, not Eric's. Oh, both are drifting into the corner. Reminds me of the old Lotus. Yeah, gives the same vibe. Yeah, definitely like that livery. I guess there's no livery I don't like. I said it many times. I'm always a fan of the WSR livery, the Halex SUV livery. I like that as well. Bit more abstract, but Rich Energy sponsoring incoming. I dare you. Red is always beautiful. Can't argue with a nice red car. Same livery. Then with B&R we have the standard Toyota livery, but the red is changed with blue. That's good livery. I'm really liking this new RC hypercar livery. I think it's a step up from the liveries we had before. Convi's Ferrari. To be honest, I'm maybe the least fond of that Ferrari because I'm not too happy with the yellow, how it's placed. But that's harsh critique. It's Ferrari. It is red. That makes it a good-looking car. End of story. SR looking good as always. RTO. I'm not a fan of the number, how it's red with blue outline on a green background. But apart from that, I think it's a good looking car. From the side, you can see a lot of movement, like it's moved by wind. I think that's also well done. That's an old WSR livery. I think it's not bad, but the Evolved livery is better. Guarana, I really like this livery. Perfect match. And Nuschel, yeah, come on. Nuschel, after this stint, if I wouldn't have voted, I think Nuschel would have won livery of the today. Oh. 5 more minutes into the season. It's still a bit difficult to grasp that we completed the season already. Unfortunately, we lost 2 drivers, GTEC and the DLL hypercar. RTO power. Well, if you say it like that, I guess I have to show RTO. And if I calculated correctly, the GT cars completed over 700 laps, as they reached at least 100 laps each time. And the hypercars completed over 800 laps in this race over the 24-hour distance. Almost 710, maybe more. Yeah, I've rounded that up generously. But yeah, that's crazy. That's the highest number we had in a race. Altogether, for Road Atlanta, the hypercars did 106 or 7. Here they do 115 or even 116. Quite funny how we do 800 laps here with the hypercars, and Nordschleife we do, I don't know how many, 150 I guess, something around that mark. Oh, with brake should be, it doesn't matter, less than 150. 2 minutes to go. I guess we go to Vulcan. I said a magic word. I wonder, by the way, I guess many people are going to the Nürburgring to see the 24-hour race at the end of May there. So DLL will be there, I know WSR will be there, so hopefully we can meet up and learn each other in person. Finally about to be over. Flame Haze, free entry to your garage. Asking for a friend. Last minute of the season. Yeah, it was so funny. Like, where are you? Oh, we're sitting 1 row or 2 rows behind you. Okay, bit of a conclusion of the season. 40 people watching. I guess there has to be a big thank you for all the people who put a lot of work into this. Mainly Confi, who's working like a madman, and yeah, really thankful, especially to him, but the other Orga members, the race Orgas, the lobby hosts, the streamers, the people working social media for us, everyone who puts time and effort here. Then we have the admins who coordinate the teams. So many drivers. I think we have almost 70 drivers alone in this race. Yeah, we've grown over the years, and we're almost 400 people and drivers for the first time since Gran Turismo Sport. We had 2 lobbies for the same race, and that on multiple occasions. We with Le Mans we even had 2 lobbies for a 24-hour race, so that was phenomenal. A lot of support. I think the racing was great and enjoyable, even though it didn't went really our way today. I enjoyed driving, and I think it was a great event. It ran mostly smoothly, apart from disconnects, which is obviously out of our control. So thank you for this year, and I hope you are all motivated and will be racing next year. And huge congratulations to Vulcan with a great race, won the stint, and second place, and heads down, and congratulations to Ento, Halex, SVV for winning the 24 hours overall. Oh my, so many messages here. I try to keep up. I have to save the replay first. Save replay. Yep. Just to be sure. I can repeat what I said. Looking forward to next season. Want to say thank you everyone meeting on track, having battles, Europeans as well. Congratulations to WSR and RC. Yep. Glückwunsch to all teams. Well done. Great work. Great work for all of you guys. On and off track, congrats. Amazing stuff. Yeah, everything very positive. Yeah, I think it was a really great event, and positive vibe. I think was the racing between each competitor has been fair, and I think that's a really healthy mindset. Congratulations. I think it is meant that way and not only said. And let's keep that over the winter for January when we do test races. I talked about where we try different things, and depending on how that works, I guess 4 test races, maybe more before we start with the season. Yeah, thank you very much. Show you the second page of the results of Stint 7. Yeah, unfortunately we lost Electric Gamer and Poctavian through disconnects. And yeah, I'm not sure about the GT category right now, but in Hypercar, the green, black and white car of Helix and SBV won. Congratulations to them. I think WSR won the team standings and league championship. Not sure how that is with the driver championship, but yeah, nevertheless, congratulations for the huge effort. One wrote, don't celebrate too early. I think, yeah, one side you're right, on the other side, you can, I guess, all be a bit proud of yourself, what you achieved. Not only today, but for the full season. That takes a lot of commitment, and I'm happy that the very most majority here is reliable enough that we can create these races, can have these races, and experience something like this, which is, to be fair, a bit special and a bit niche, but I think we all enjoy that, and that's why we are here. I'm brabbling quite a lot here, so in short, thank you very much, not only for the day, but for the whole year, and stay loyal to us, and have a great Christmas, great New Year, and we hear each other in January at the latest. Bye.